What's up, YouTube? And I'm back at you with another video. And in this video, I'm going to do my prediction for the Alabama Crimson Tide versus the UCF Bulls. Really weird matchup last season. The game was 3-3 at halftime. It was raining outside, a lot of different things going on. I believe Caden Proctor got hurt in that matchup. Alabama was starting a new quarterback. Just a lot of different things going on. It had me wondering, was Nick Saban, trying to get reps for his second position, behind Jalen Miro, or did he just, bench him because, I heard some rumors that some things were going on. He wasn't doing things right or something like that. But I believe all that was just a rumor. But for some reason, Nick Saban decided to choose Tyler Buckner to start off the game, and the game didn't. He didn't look too good. He inserted, Ty Simpson to come in, and he was able to win the game for Alabama 17-3. So really, really interesting matchup. And because of all of that, you have UCF thinking they can come in and give Alabama a challenge. It all starts up at the top. Their head coach, Alex Galesh, speaking, saying things like Alabama has to play them. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how UCF comes in this matchup, to Alabama this time, considering that Alabama had a rough outing at UCF last season. So I'm going to just go ahead and read off the stats. I'm going to start off with UCF. UCF has Byron Brown, once again, as their quarterback. He had 20 attempts for 13 completions for 152 yards in their matchup against Bethune Cookman. He has a completion percentage of 65%. Didn't throw a touchdown in this matchup, though, but he was able to get, a rushing touchdown with 74 yards on the ground with just only 8 carries. So that goes to show you uh, he's really, really good on the ground, running the ball. He averaged 9.3 yards a carry on the ground in his matchup against Bethune Cookman. So the Alabama defense is going to have to be on their toes, try to contain him in the pocket, and not let him break one, because he's very, very lethal on the ground, and he can set up the pass off of running the ball like that. So it's going to be very, very interesting. The actual leading running back for the team, though, is Kelly Joyner. He had 14 carries for 78 yards with 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 5.6 yards a carry. So like I said, this Alabama defense is going to have to be able to shut down the run and keep that intact, because this offensive, philosophy that Alex Galesh likes to run makes this Bulls team really, really good, So the Alabama defense is going to have to be on their toes, definitely. Receiving wise, they have Abdur Rahim Yassin. He's the leading receiver. He doesn't have a touchdown. He only has 73 yards receiving in the matchup. The only player that I see that got a touchdown in the last matchup was Michael Brown-Stevens. He had 27 receiving yards with a touchdown. That was the only receiving touchdown in the matchup. So that just goes to show you they're pretty much a run-first type of offense. But they're very, very lethal, though. Like I said, they accounted for 5 rushing touchdowns in their matchup against Bethune Cookman. Kelly Joyner, he had 2. Byron Brown was able to get 1. Teron Keith is another running back they have. He was able to get a touchdown, run the ball. Naquan Wright, he's another running back. So like I said, running back by committee. Really, really lethal rushing attack. Alabama's going to be charged with trying to stop this defense. And plus they run up tempo as well. So Kane Womack has his work cut out for him in this matchup. And defensively, their leading tackler is Mac Harris. Uh, he's actually tied with Rodney Hill with 7 total tackles. I'm sorry, and they wasn't able to get too many sacks or anything like that in this matchup. But it's going to be very interesting. They probably didn't show too much on tape. I'm pretty sure they're going to be trying to put a lot of pressure on Jalen Miro. In the last matchup, Jalen Miro kind of sometimes stood in the pocket and he gave up a sack, and in some instances where I felt like he should have stepped up. So uh, I'm expecting the Bulls to come in this matchup defensively to try to put a lot of pressure, a lot of blitz packages to try to put a lot of pressure on Jalen Miro. So this matchup could get interesting. I feel like the Bulls are a step up from Western Kentucky as far as scheme, but Western Kentucky wasn't a slouch at all. They normally put up a lot of points, and Alabama was able to hold them to 0 points. So it's going to be very interesting. Like I said, Byron Brown can scramble out the pocket and extend plays. So very very tough matchup. I feel like for the Alabama defense to be able to stop this lethal rushing attack that the Bulls will bring. Now I'm gonna switch over to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Uh, Jalen Miro, he threw for 200 yards, was able to get 3 passing touchdowns. Um, he's lethal as well. Running the ball, can scramble out the pocket. So the Bulls are going to have their they're going to have their um, work cut out for them as well, as far as him rushing the ball, and also with their running game. Justice Haynes, he finished the game with 4 carries for 102 yards with a touchdown. Jam Miller, he had 54 yards rushing and a touchdown. Like I said, with Jalen Miro, he got 79 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. So the Bulls are going to have to stop this rushing attack as well. Both teams have that running ability to be able to uh, make a defense pay with their legs. So very, very interesting matchup. Ryan Williams at wide receiver is the leading receiver with 139 receiving yards. He had 2 touchdowns. Just a freshman, 17 years old, was able to come in the matchup, and definitely going to be a key cog in that offense, I feel. But Alabama's loaded at wide receiver. They got Kobe Prentice. He had 43 yards receiving. Caleb Odom, another freshman, 23 yards receiving. Kendrick Law was able to get 22 receiving yards. He was able to get a touchdown. I definitely think he's going to be a guy that UCF is going to have to watch out for. They kind of gave a little glimpse of what he's able to do in this offense, and I think he's going to have a big game in this matchup. But Alabama's loaded everywhere. Emmanuel Henderson, C.J. Dupree at tight end, Josh Cuevas. The list goes on. But this Alabama offense is really, really lethal, both passing and receiving. Defensively, Alabama has Deontay Lawson and Jahad Campbell in the middle. Really, really good linebacker duo. Both guys was able to get 9 total tackles. We all know Deontay Lawson is the quarterback on defense, so he's going to be the guy, giving all the plays and stuff like that. But the Alabama defense looked really, really good. You can tell there's a difference between this defense and the one from last season. It seems like they're attacking more, they're quicker. Um, they're under a new, scheme under Kane Womack as the new defensive coordinator, running the 4-2-5. Alabama's not new to the 4-2-5. Nick Saban ran the 3-4, but Alabama's defense has evolved over this time. So it's not like a huge difference, just the way the lineup is now. You have guys, different position names now, like the Wolf and Rover and stuff like that. But really, really fast defense that Alabama has. Guys like Clay Russo, very lethal. Um, Q Robinson, he was able to get a sack in the last matchup on uh, Western Kentucky's quarterback. So very, very lethal defense. The only spot that I feel that UCF might try to attack is the young guys on the back end of the defense. Guys like Red Morgan, Bray Hubbard, guys like that, on the back end. Somebody else I'm missing out on. Keon Sabb had 2 interceptions in his matchup against Western Kentucky. Really, really good guy. So uh, UCF is going to have to be very, very careful trying to pass the ball. I feel like they're going to try to exploit some guys like Jalen Mbakwe, and Bray Hubbard and Red Morgan. But those guys, even though uh, I think Red Morgan kind of gave up a few plays, but he has great recovery speed. So the Alabama defense is going to have to be on their toes. I feel like offensively, um, I feel like UCF's quarterback Byron Brown is going to kind of try to set up some things with his legs, try to lull Alabama to sleep with his running game, try to keep us honest, and then try to take some shots down the field. So hopefully the Alabama defense on the back end can hold up. But overall, the defense looks really, really good for Alabama. I'm looking at the stats. Of course, Alabama's a heavy favorite to win this matchup. Western Kentucky was a good matchup, I felt like, with the receivers, but for some reason, they couldn't get going, and I believe the young secondary stepped up. But like I think this matchup with the Bulls is going to be a little more step up as far as scheme wise for the Alabama defense. Alabama beat Western Kentucky 63-0. UCF Bulls beat Bethune Cookman 48-3. So they have the ability to put up points. If I had to give my prediction for this matchup, I'm picking Alabama. I feel like if Alabama can stop the run, stop this rushing attack, I think Alabama can run away with this game really, really fast, and they can get out of whack for the USCF Bulls. Like I said, they got confidence coming this matchup, but I think that was Fuller's goal from last season. They don't have live reps with Jalen Miro at quarterback. It's going to be a different game, I feel like. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how well the Alabama offense can operate, with Jalen Miro in this matchup instead of, a backup quarterback. I think Alabama's going to get up early. I think they're going to put in a lot of players like they did last week. A lot of guys got a lot of reps. I think we might see Ty Simpson come in and may even see, the other two quarterbacks and Dylan Larnigan and King Matt. So not King Matt, but I'm drawing a blank, but Matt, the number 10 quarterback. But I think Alabama runs away with it. The over and under is 63.5 points. Alabama's line is 30 and a half points. I think Alabama does a little bit better than that. I think they might get somewhere in the 40s, maybe. They might give up a touchdown. Maybe, I want to say 40-10, maybe, in this matchup. But it can definitely get out of hand for UCF if Alabama stops the run. And like I said, it'll force, Byron Brown to pass the ball. And I think that'll be very, very dangerous considering how the secondary looked in the first matchup against Western Kentucky. But what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And once again, if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll definitely be back with more college football content. Thanks, guys, and roll tide.